Hello everyone, Jurassic Man here today, and I will be reviewing the Lost World Pachycephalosaurus. Now this is one big toy that came out in '97 when the Lost World first appeared. Until then, we only had small Pachycephalosauruses, and we won't be seeing any other until Jurassic World actually came out with its version of the Pachy. But if anything, this is the last good Pachy we ever had for Jurassic Park. Now, I would like to say I really love this guy. He's pretty cool, actually. I don't have his capture gear, but I don't want to stray focus. I kind of like to focus on the dinosaurs instead of the accessories and most of all that and whatnot. But his capture gear is pretty basic. It just holds his head down, which we'll get to his action feature. Now, let's get right to that. The Pachy, or I think it's called Bone Crusher? No, that's the Carnotaurus. It's the Strike, I think. Striker. Ramhead. One of the two. I should have researched that. But as you can see, this Pachy does have a very reminiscent color. It looks very similar to the one that you actually see in the movie. That's something that's pretty rare when it comes to dinosaur toys, because as you know, sometimes they don't get the colors right because they're made before the movie is released, and therefore made before concept art is released. But the fact they got the coloration pretty accurate at the moment is really good. Almost like the '99 version of the Pachy, the small ones, which I'll be getting soon. So let's get right to it. This Pachy is pretty light, and he's very, how can I say, he's very unique in a way for other Jurassic Park toys. For starters, he's made with this really hard plastic. Although the body is somewhat of a hard yet soft plastic or rubber, as its tail is pretty squishy and movable. Which actually I also found out that the Ultimate Tyrannosaurus, the black one I have, has a rubber tail. You just gotta press hard enough. Articulation wise, he has leg articulations. He could move this leg this far and this back from hindering the tail. Same thing with this leg. And that far. He has arm articulations, as you can see. His arm could, oh wow. Yeah, he needs a perfect way to stand, but his arms can go these far. And they could go pretty far back. As if he's screaming. Although you can't see him because this guy is a tall figure. I mean a really tall. Alright. Now, coloration wise, he has a good color. With a blue body, or blue back with stripes, a brown body with a white underbelly. That's basically three primary colors on his body. Detail wise, he has a lot of good scaling. Large, rough scaling on the back. Smooth, crocodilian sort of belly underneath. His neck is really rigid, really hard. He has these bones all over him, which is an iconic feature to the Pachys, with his large dome head being the most iconic for the species. Without that, they look like a regular old small dinosaurs, except this guy is not small. We'll get the comparison. So yeah, he's got good details, good coloration, and well, that's one of the many features he has. He has two features, or one feature, one accessory he comes with naturally. He has a dino damage piece on the side of his body, and his head is an action feature. Now, let's go over the dino damage piece first. I want to save the best for last. Now, this piece is plastic, and because it's plastic, it's hard to get off. You need a lot of force to get this thing off. It's very reminiscent to the young T-Rex dino damage piece, as it has the slit grips on the side, but that does not work in a way. His insides are gross, as you can see his organs and not his bones. Now you think taking it off is hard, putting it back in is even harder. As you can see, I'm just demonstrating how hard it is to put this guy on, which is why you can find a lot of them with or without their dino damage piece. Because let's be real, who would want to take this off as a kid? Not me, and not you. Ugh. Well, that's really hard. I'll put it back on eventually. Yeah. And now let's get to his action feature. He has a button in the back of his back, down below. And what that does is that if you see his head, as you see, it's a separate part, as this is also counted as an articulation, but I don't want to mess with that. And what you do is you push the head back, you hear a click. Also, the button moves. It's not movable, as it's stiff, and it does this. Oof. Loud pop. Now, there has been a few videos out there on Facebook, Instagram, yada yada yada, of people showing their Pachy's head flying off. Well, that's because the spring falls off over time. Now, let me get a demonstration with the Jurassic World Pachychcephalosaurus that I've repainted. I don't mind breaking this thing because I hate it. And let's compare it. Fire in the hole. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Not now. Not in front of the kids. Alright. Oh, that's one of his features. It's a really bone-crushing feature. You can even do this. Tilt his head back, push it in, and it looks like he's looking from the back. It's pretty funny, but I wouldn't recommend doing this over and over again. As you know, this guy does lose his head. That's probably the only feature that it loses more than his dino damage piece, which is impossible to take off. Alright, let's compare it with other dinosaurs in Jurassic Land. We have the Spinosaurus from the medic kit, which, let's be real, that is not a medical center, that is an operations center where they literally take this guy off. Alright. Fire in a hole! And then we have the original Canna Triceratops. Like you see, this would not be very fitting size for them, as this guy is as tall as a young T-Rex. I should have taken it out, but I don't. Oh wait, actually, let me do that real quickly. Hold up. I actually have myself a non-repainted young T-Rex, which I have created a dino damage piece for. Fire in the hole. And of course, fire in the hole. Oops. And then we have this guy, yada. Okay, so that's my review for the Lost World Giant Pachycephalosaurus, or Adult Pachycephalosaurus as some people call it. And would I recommend this figure? Yes, I would. This is a really fun toy. The only downfall is that you gotta keep him in a position like this, or something like this, as long as his legs are good. Heck, you can even put him like this, on the edge of a table. Woo! I rate this guy, I guess, a 9 out of 10. It's a really good figure. If it had his capture gear, that would be good as well. I don't have a human figure, which I'll get in a second as well. And for your human figure, he's pretty tall. Alright guys, thanks for watching my review. Remember to like and comment the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Fire in a hole! I love this guy.